Some great rarities has been sold here. I'm sure you have very nice stories to tell us.
And in fact, probably every single rarity has its story, and especially for those who are passionate for that particular field. But we have had great honor with several ones that stand out. Of course, is the famous Treskilling Yellow of Sweden, which is the error of being yellow instead of green. It began by a schoolboy looking for some stamps with his when he was on holiday with his grandmother, and he wanted to find the stamps because a dealer was advertising to pay 4 or 5 skillings for each stamp that somebody could bring him from that series, that first series, and he knew his grandmother had letters with all of those, and so he looked for them, and he got all these 3 skillings together, particularly that one, because that was the one the dealer was paying more for, and he brought them all together, and he found that there was one, in fact, it was in yellow. And he still put that with the pile, and he went, I'm not sure how many there were, and he went to the dealer and he said, I have these for you, can you give me, well, I think it's something like, let's say, imagine it was 18 or 20 or so, and said, please give me the money for these. And so the dealer looked at them, so, but you know, I'm really sorry, one of them is in the wrong color, but is it possible you could still pay me the same price, because I really need the money? And we're very happy. And the dealer says, well, I suppose exceptionally we can do that. And he bought all of them and found, in fact, that this difference of color was something that was very, very, very rare. In fact, so rare that there was no other one.
Yes, right.
There was never found any other one from that day already until today. Immediately he made some examinations of it and found that it was a real error of the colour of the stamp, which was either the 3 skilling, which was printed in the colour of the 8 on the sheet of the 8, which means there should be much more, but we haven't found any more, or the other way around, it was simply a 3 skilling that went on the wrong paper by itself. And so this cliche anyway was something that remains a mystery, how it came, how it happened. And in the meantime, the stamp over the decades went from one great collection and collector into another, and it was much talked about and became very famous, written about and so on over the years. It went in finally into the great collection of King Carol of Romania, who was a marvellous philatelist who had collected and made some marvellous collections and great rarities of the world. And from his collection it went into the collection of Mr. René Berlingen, who also collected great rarities of the world. And when his collection estate came up for sale, I had the honour to have the stamp for the first time. Very interesting.
It's very special to have it in your hands.
It's something incredible to feel that you have holding, which has absolutely no weight, the most valuable item, in fact, by weight, by density, by volume, in the world, of any other material or object whatsoever, confirmed by the fact that we, in fact, made that first sale at 1 million Swiss francs, which was enormous at the time in 1984. And unfortunately, the owner of that passed away soon after, and we had the stamp once again, and the buyer of that stamp went out of his way to find all the money that he could to make the bid amongst all the others, and finally at the end he paid his deposit, but was unfortunately unable to complete the payment. So we again had to offer it a third time, and on this third time it sold for an even greater price at almost 3 million Swiss francs.